brothers, welcome back to DummyNation. Today we're going to be playing as the most upvoted country in the last video, which is Mauritania. Now Mauritania is an expert starting out here over here in Western Africa. We are the 150 best GDP, 129th best military power. We are an autocracy. We have essentially no troops, 100,000 commandos, 0 gunners, 100 tanks, which is laughably low, and 0 rockets. Diplomacy-wise, we are part of the Arab League, so that is something that's nice for us. Although, in all honesty, unless you have an alliance with Russia, China, sometimes India, or the United States, you really don't have an alliance. People are still going to attack you. So, alliance is something we have to address pretty fast. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start fixing our ideology and kind of working backwards. We know we love autocracy here in the beginning, so let's just go ahead and do what we're familiar with and bring down paramilitary. Maintenance cost of troops, really not that beneficial, especially in the beginning of the game. We'll bring up martial law very high to about 1.2% minus in attack and defense, and then a little bit minus in cash, but lower than what it was. So apply on that. Troops wise, we're going to need a unit of commandos. It is very expensive. We have almost no money, which is not very good for us. So we're gonna have to be a little bit sparing with who we attack and how much we do, but we do need to round up all of the amount of troops that we do have at our disposal. Can we get 1.5? 1.48 is good enough. And then 590 rockets, not very good. Research, let's go ahead and put our 2 points into combat training and then 3 points into reactive armor. Try and protect our armor. Bring down social spending pretty heavily, bring up research and development, and then liquidity. So about 2% growth, hit apply there. And what is our plan going forward? Well, we do have sea access. So that is nice, which means we have access to everybody in the world, but we won't have a very strong military to attack anybody. So we can jump off what Russia, China, and the United States are doing, but we're gonna have to be sparing with that, because we won't have a very big military. But let's go ahead and get our military first, and then we'll kind of examine our options. All right, we have our full military, which is only 7.2 million. That puts us up to the 37th best military power, which is great until you realize because we're making no money, we cannot replenish that. So for us to go into smaller targets really won't help us out a lot. We need to take down a big fry. Now Venezuela would be a nice one to attack. They have 2 million firepower. Do you have any friends? You just are friends with Cuba. Well, Mexico and China, so maybe not. But maybe. That's a good one to keep in mind. Okay, somehow we are at war with Russia. Hate that. Don't want to fight Russia. Let's see if we can get an alliance with like China. China, do you want to be friends with us? No. 129, gonna be way too expensive. Can't afford the United States. Can't afford Brazil. Can't afford India. India will be our friend. Good. So that's India, you have more troops than this, right? Yeah, they do. Okay, they have 25 million firepower, so 31. I hate when like you click all and then they'll split and for whatever reason it'll be like, oh yeah, they don't have the army anymore. It's like, no, when I click all, I want to see all their army. I don't want to care. I don't want to see ever if they split or not. Oh, big opportunity. United States just took out Venezuela. Let's jump over here and see if we can grab any of it. Where's the economic zones? There's really none left. This is kind of the best unless that island's available. That's Trinidad and Tobago. Let's see if we can jump over here and grab some of Venezuela. Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of friends. Frick, give me a little bit. No, nothing. Okay. And because we did that, Mexico declared war on us. Right. Now, good thing, Japan is fighting Russia. Hold on, this is a big fish we could actually take a little bit of advantage of. Let's get over here. Japan's fighting Russia over here on the eastern side of things, which means the western side is going to be pretty much undefended. Russia, do you have any friends? Belarus, typical, and Venezuela, but Venezuela doesn't really exist, and you're not quite at the 75 mark, which means you are friends. Russia, 3 million troops. Yeah, Ukraine's jumping in on it. We need to jump on this too. We don't have a ton of army to split, but I'm still going to try and push to Moscow. It's going to be a little bit harder to do the slingshot, but Ukraine has already stopped what they're invading. Belarus has declared war on us. Let's get a peace treaty with them. No need to fight them, and economy wise we can still push for Moscow, so let's just make that an effort to push straight down south before Ukraine comes back. And there we go, Moscow is ours. Wonderful. We need to deal with this one rebel, and I actually want to push a little bit over into the west and grab St. Petersburg before anybody else jumps over. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly, and then we'll push to all of this as well. So a nice little big up for us is now we're making 78 instead of 2. So that's going to help out our economy a good amount. Let's just make sure we get all this area over here. And hopefully, the only one that really kind of comes over here and challenges you for this land is Germany. If Germany starts to get really on the offensive, they're kind of hard to take down just because they're part of the EU and NATO. So that means they have all these allies over here. They can attack you, but heaven forbid you try and defend yourself or attack them, because then you'll get all their allies to come and attack you, and it's just game over at that point. There's not a lot you can do. But we're fine on this front. Our friend India is still friends? Yes, they are. And they have 30 million firepower. What's our defensive power? 200. Ooh, that's really nice. We should be safe for the long term to be able to take this land, build up our troops, and then kind of move out from here. Looks like Great Britain's coming over for a little bit of territory, so let's go ahead and make sure that we grab this bread basket for ourselves. Yeah, we can give that to them. Do not care. But this is the territory we want. Russia still has an army kicking around. It's only 1.3 million, and they're going to have to start contending with the United Kingdom as well. Let's go ahead and push a little bit more aggressively, even though we don't have a lot of troops to really make this go. It's still worth being a little bit aggressive for that extra land and for that extra economy. So let's just make sure that we grab that all. I want to make sure that we take out any rebels before they really cause a lot of problems for us. There we go. Uh-oh, Russia had an army up here. Can we get over here in time? It looks like that army is just about to die off. Yeah, it's basically dead. Let's just combine into one army. So a casualty of war. Didn't see that Russia built up an entire new army, but now they're completely out. So hopefully that will be their last hurrah. We've captured most of the valuable territory. Obviously, Ukraine is going to be a big boy here later on, just with the land that they've grabbed for themselves. But nothing we can do about that right now. We could be pretty happy with the 300 that we're getting right now, which is going to just increase everything for us. It's going to increase the amount we spend on population, on our research, and on our liquidity. So things are going to go very fast for us. We'll be able to get up to economic research here pretty quickly. And hopefully with this economy, be able to build up a little bit better. Would really... China, is that all your military? Dude, China, what is happening? Why are you falling in every game? Okay, so we have the powerful alliance with India. Who knew that India was going to be the strong one out of this? They have 34 million. China's only got 8 million. Would be a nice target if we were somebody else, but we're not. So it's not going to be a target for us anytime soon. We're just going to be content grabbing what little land we can from Russia to make ourselves nice and big, as we can possibly get. And then we'll kind of go from there. Let's get this little pocket of territory. Gonna have to be a little bit selective. Make sure to take down this rebel, though. I don't want to have to come all the way back over here to recapture land. There we go. Bring you up. Okay, we can get an alliance treaty with China for only 49k. Let's go ahead and do that to try and help out our exchange rate a little bit. Doesn't look like... Yeah, there we go. We got a 10% bump in that from 50 to 60. That's really nice. That's going to help out how much our dollar's worth, if you will. So that's really good. We're still kind of picking on Russia at this point. Germany's jumped in here as well. They're still the 35th best GDP, so definitely worth going after. We are now the 16th, but our military power is all the way down to 54. So we do need to be a little bit cautious with what we do after this, but the game is only in the 2030s at this point, and if we were playing as like a small micronation, it typically takes until 2037 to even build up a military. So we can count ourselves as very much ahead in the game and can be pretty satisfied with our GDP at this point, but it's free land at this point, so we're just going to keep going. There's not a lot of really good economic zones left over here, so we'll just kind of try and stick to the south a little bit, grab some of these edge dots over here and see what else we can get. In the meantime, definitely we're still attacking, especially while we still have an alliance with China and now, or India and now China. So good news for us. We're just going to keep chugging along. All right, and that is Russia defeated for the most part. We're just going to send everybody home. Let's make sure that we're going through all of our friends. Yeah, this is a safe path to take. Nobody should get mad at us for going through their territory. We're pretty close to the 10 points here to get the next economic discount. And is that... Yeah, that's free territory from Kazakhstan. Let's go ahead and jump over here. Pakistan's done a lot of the work already, taking out the military. Well, I saw that they were available a little bit earlier, but didn't really prioritize them while I was still working on Russia. But this little territory is just right here and free, so might as well grab it. It'd be a little bit more to our economy. Wonderful. And we can... Oh, they have a little bit more down here. Great. So we can grab that as well. And now that we are done, let's try and drive a safe path home. We don't want to go through Iran. Iran is not going to be a friend to us. See if we can just go around. We don't have any troops to spare. So it's definitely worth being a little bit cautious here and making sure that we take a route that's not going to just auto-kill all of our friends. Although here goes Iran falling to France. That would be interesting for us to join in, but not this time. Let's go ahead and get 1,000 tanks really quickly and we can get that discount for economic research. 10 points will get us 18% discount on all of these, which we always pretty heavily invest in, so it's worthwhile doing that. Our troops are nice and safe at home, and we have 4 million firepower, so less than we started for sure, but we are in a good position to recover. 16th best GDP, 12th best population. GDP per capita is pretty high, which is good. So we should be able to recruit a lot of troops for rather cheap, and hopefully be able to make this number go up a lot quicker and build up a military that can go forth and conquer and be part of the world conquest from here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy an alliance treaty with the United States. It was going up. Our exchange rate is just so awful that we really could use a bump, and that brings us up to 79. So it was very expensive. It does take us a while to get that back up, but you can see just how quickly that improved our income. We went from like 500 straight up to almost 800 just by doing that one move. So now we can start to build up a little bit better of a military. We also have the first level of smart taxation that is now ready. So let's go ahead and get that. Improve the effect your expenditures have on your economic growth by 20%. So that's going to make this number go boom, which is what we need. We really need to build up an economy so we can build up a military. Right now, we have put some points in, or some units into the military. We got another stack of commandos. That's all we've been able to afford. It has brought us up to the 23rd best GDP, which is nice, but this number being up higher, the exchange rate is really what's going to save us in the long run. So not really able to participate in the great scramble for Africa that's happening. The world is getting incredibly divided. India is an absolute powerhouse in this game. Can't do a lot about it. They're even over here in Mexico. Love to be a part of it, but for right now, we just kind of have to sit back and wait until we can actually build a military that can sustain this kind of warfare that's going on in the world right now. Okay, so in the year 2054, we have built up a slight military, still pretty weak on tanks. We have gotten another level of smart taxation, so we only need one more to complete the 3 that we need. But I did see that Italy is now going into Iran. I want to get up there just in case Iran falls. And if we attack from the north, we can get their capital and a lot of their good territory. So let's go ahead and jump over there just in case Iran is not, or it loses to Italy over here, which I don't think they will, but Iran's getting poked a lot, and it might be worth us eventually getting in here. So let's just be in at least a position to do that. Okay, actually, let's scratch Iran. China is basically dunzos. They've got 4,000 tanks. Now, we're not going to be able to take them on, but if anybody else does, I want to make sure I'm over there. So let's just go ahead. You know what? I think this is worth taking the long route, making sure we don't go through anyone's territory, but we definitely want to at least station one army over by China. Well, this ain't happening. Hold on. Alliance treaty with China. They're way too strong. They're up to 16 million. Iran has fallen, so we are once again moving everybody over to Iran. All right, Iran's really weak at this point. Let's identify where our targets. This is where we want to go and push down south. Anywhere else, just about everywhere up here is pretty good. Let's go ahead and declare war on Iran. Looks like Pakistan's already on it as well, and Iran's moving over to fight them first. So we'll be mostly dealing with militias at this point, and we can just push our way into the capital, get a little bit more money for ourselves, and hopefully not have to fight any of their armies. Nope, Iran's armies have been defeated. Great. Let's go ahead and split and just push down south a little bit. Try and cut off this corner for ourselves so that Pakistan can't get over here. Okay, and that is Iran done, but big news, Egypt is really weak. And the only person we really have to buy off is Ukraine. It's just hard. I don't suppose you would want to be friends with me. No, I just really would like easier access in between all these countries. Iraq, are we friends? We are friends. Saudi, you don't have any troops either. Who's the bigger economy? 1833. Okay, Saudi Arabia is next. Forget this. Okay, let's just bring everybody like right here, and we'll make you take the long way around so we don't accidentally lose you. Let's get ready to fight Saudi Arabia next. Okay, everybody's here. Economy zones, mostly along this coast. Would love to push for everything. We'll start over here, and let's split this army and just attack right here, and we'll just kind of see how fast we can move through. Now, we'll see also who declares war on us. Looks like Ukraine, Pakistan, Iraq have all declared war on us. Okay, so let's deal with Pakistan probably first. That's very cheap. Ukraine, very cheap. And Iraq, I hope you're cheap too. Everybody's cheap. Good. Okay, so we can just roll through Saudi Arabia without having to worry about any of their allies. And new development, Australia is invading Iraq. I would love to connect these two territories. So I'm going to take this army that's already positioned here and try and fight for Iraq as well, and see if we can connect our Iranian territories with our Iraqi territories and Saudi Arabian territories so that we can have a little bit of a land bridge here. So let's just go ahead and try and cut off our Australia over here while this army finishes up. Great. We're able to accomplish that goal. And now we're making 3,000 a tick. We are now the 12th best GDP, 9th best military power. Love to see those numbers. And we are going to be able to quickly turn this into a fight with Egypt as well as soon as we finish up with Saudi Arabia over here. And we can afford, and we did finish off smart taxation, so we're going to go switching into self-sufficient economy. Unfortunately, it's rather expensive. 8.2 is what we're going to be waiting for, but as soon as we have that, we're going to be really in the driver's seat of our own destiny as we've almost finished up Saudi Arabia. We also have a little bit more troops kicking over here. Yeah, got about 440k commandos and about 500 tanks, so we'll just bring them over and then get ready for a war with Egypt. Okay, everybody's here. Who are your friends? Us, Ukraine, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, us, and just Kuwait. Kuwait, how much military do you have? Nothing to be concerned about at all. Okay, let's go ahead and push up north so we can make sure that we get Cairo. If you don't know, Egypt's entire economy is basically along the Nile, so we want to make sure that we get Cairo more than anything else. We don't want to do all the work down here and then have like Italy come up and steal away Cairo from us. So let's go ahead and push for this, and we can split too as soon as we have a little bit of an opportunity. Yep, keep going into Italy. Or excuse me, Egypt. Don't go into Italy. That would be an absolute disaster. And now our economy is going to be really booming as we're starting to take over a lot of the Middle East and the eastern part of Africa through Egypt. So we have a lot of strength. It's just about how do we turn that into more strength. And it might be through Ukraine. We'll have to kind of wait and see. All right, Egypt is done. We're making 4,000 a tick. We are the 7th best GDP, 6th best military power. Good, good, good. Let's just bring everybody together. Not you, though. You can stay at home. And Saudi Arabia's got a little territory right here. Not honestly worth that much, but we're still going to go for it. Just because we don't have anything else to do, in all honesty. So we'll just go through this as we continue to build up the military. Currently, though, we're at 22 million, so that feels really nice. And we're making so much money at this point. Now, it is unfortunate that it's taken us until the year 2070 to get to this point because inflation do be like that sometimes, where 3 million gets you 1.5k tanks, which isn't exactly stellar. But when we get self-sufficient economy, that should hopefully help. And new development, Argentina doesn't have any troops. They have friends with Azerbaijan and Brazil, Costa Rica, Peru. I think we could buy all those people off. Saudi Arabia. Oh, you've got some Russia territories. Okay, well, I'm just going to ignore those for the time being. Let's get everybody like right here. And let's spend 5 million to get 2.5k tanks. And we have that first level of self-sufficient economy. Good. That'll help us out a lot. Bring everybody over here. 24 million firepower. And how many commandos does a million buy? Not that many. Okay, well, in that case, we're just going to attack Argentina and get ready to buy off anybody who needs it with our million. Brazil has declared war on us. That's a big concern, but it's cheap to buy them off. And Azerbaijan is the only other one. So we'll buy them off too. I don't expect them to be too much. 15k, fine, good enough. And now Argentina will be ours. All right, Argentina is defeated. 5.64 is what we're making. Still at 7th place, 5th best military power. A lot of troops on the way and what we can actually afford. Let's get an actual unit of gunners because I don't think we actually have any. 58,000. That's so bad. Okay, let's send everybody home and continue building up. Ooh, and here's a good opportunity that we might miss out on. China is fighting South Korea. Let's see if we can sneak over here. We don't want to take any land away from mainland China that South Korea took, but if we can take some of South Korea, that'd be lovely for us. So let's see if we can race over here and grab anything. Japan beat us to it. Smart on them. Very disappointing for us, though, that's for sure. Japan is somebody I'd love to attack, but they've got 19 million. We could beat them. We have 54, but is that worthwhile? They have 8,000 rockets, which is the real reason I don't want to fight them. Taiwan wouldn't be bad. You don't have that many friends. Just Pakistan, Australia, India. Let's take out Taiwan. Let's do that. Let's see if we can buy off their friends. Let's take out Taiwan real quick. All right, we got Taiwan. That brings us up to 7,000. Pakistan, Vietnam, and the Philippines all declared war on us. But we bought them all off, so hopefully nobody wants to fight us anymore. Australia also declared war on us, and Bangladesh. Let's go ahead and fix the Australia problem. And since that was cheap, Bangladesh, also pretty cheap. Good. Okay, so we got away with that one. How much did we lose? A decent amount of troops, but overall, I think it was worth it. Hold on. We'll meet everybody home. Ooh, Japan and China are fighting? Hold on, bring these guys over. And I was thinking about it. It's like, wouldn't it be faster to go this way? It might be. Bring them over. All right, Japan only has 4 million left. Let's go ahead and launch the attack. We'll add the reinforcements as they come, but this is a good opportunity for us. We can catch a little bit of their army out and about, and the other one's fighting China. So this is a great opportunity for us to grab a lot of Japan. We'll make peace with whoever we need to. I'm surprised India did this. India, I thought we were friends. You won $1 million. We'll maybe come back to that. Oh, China looks like they're coming over. Okay, let's start splitting into fours, even though it's not the most advisable. I do just want to make sure I grab as much of this economy as I can away from China. If I can grab any bit of South Korea, I'll be very happy. And I'm not happy about having to split Japan after we just fought them down. But China, at the end of the day, probably did more work than we did. So not that big of a loss. Can you just get right here? Japan. Ooh, China's declared war on us. Hold on. Peace. You won a lot. Hold on. Can I give you your claims? That's a lot more than what I want to give you. So no, I'm not going to do that. We'll just know that you will not be our friend again. 35 million. Okay. We're still friends with the United States? Yes. Okay. So our defensive power is at 360, which should be fine. We'll keep fighting down Japan right now. But we'll keep that in mind. We'll move this army away. Get up here, brother. And we've finished up self-sufficient economy. So let's go ahead and start moving into remittance. This improves the economic growth by 15% and your positive diplomatic exchanges by up to 10, but reduces population growth, which we don't really have to worry about at this point. We're the fourth biggest population. It does help with inflation to have a higher population, but at the end of the day, I'm not the most concerned about it. All right, that's Japan defeated. We are now the third best GDP, second best military power. Are we ahead of China on troops? 49 or 42? We got 48. All right. I see you, China. I see you. We're just going to keep a little bit of a station over here because I'm more afraid about China attacking us than anything else. We could pick on a weaker target. I was thinking about going into like Ukraine because they're the 16th best, or Pakistan who's the 14th best, but they both have about 10 million. And then I saw Thailand over here who has 3 million, but they're the 19th best GDP. And they don't really have friends. They have India and Indonesia. Indonesia, I know you are typically... You're very strong. Okay. I was about to say, I know you have a typically good economy, but not one that we want to fight right now. And even though we have a lot of friends right now, I'm going to go ahead and risk switching to a little bit of fascism here to try and catch up and even surpass a lot of the world powers. Like, we are just barely stronger than China and just a little bit about less than half or a little bit more than half of the strength of the United States. So let's start saving up our money. And as soon as exploitation's done, which drastically reduces the resources and labor and cost of training troops by 50%, we're going to bring it down to 40%. And we'll save up all of our money to start actually buying some big units because we have a pretty weak amount of tanks and rockets. We would love to address that. We'd also love a little bit more, just everything at this point. So let's go ahead and try and speed up the game by switching to fascist. Okay, exploitation achieved. 45 million in the bank. Let's buy a whole lot of tanks. 9,000 tanks, great. Give me a lot of rockets as well. 6,000, great. We have 2 million left over. Will that buy us a unit of you guys? It will. Let's go ahead and buy one of them as well. And this will really bring us up into the forefront of being able to take on just about anybody. Okay, a lot of things have just happened. First off, we have a giant military. We are now at 89 million. Still have about 1,000 rockets on the way. Indonesia got in a war with the United States, lost all their troops. So let's bring everybody like right here and get ready for a war with them. And it looks like India's already got started, so we're gonna have to join in. China will probably join in as well. Let's give an attack order here. Split an attack order down in Jakarta, which I believe we can still get. Is Jakarta still on the table? Nope, United States grabbed it. Frick. Okay, well, we'll still get a good chunk of it regardless. Okay, this army's finally over here. 40,000, great. Let's just split this army and go here. And give me the rest of you guys over here. Oh, China's fighting India. Interesting. They're very weak at this point. Azerbaijan's declared war on us. Let's finish up. Let's peace out with you first off, because there's no point in fighting you. Let's finish up with Indonesia, and then let's get ready for a war with China. 20 million is probably the weakest they're going to be. What are we at now? 88? Yeah. This will be really nice for us. Okay, Indonesia's been defeated. We have a choice to make. China, very weak. 19 million. But United States, 30 million. I think we still go into China. Let's grab everybody. We've been building up a little bit too. We have 98 million. I don't think China will have too much friends. Azerbaijan, Pakistan, Mongolia, Vietnam. Okay, that will not be too expensive. Let's start reloading another unit as reinforcements. Bring everybody over here. And as soon as everybody's ready, we'll get ready for a war with China. Okay, everybody is here. 98 million.
Let's go ahead and start fighting Japan. We'll go straight to their capital so we can defeat their army right away. I think, yep, there it is. We'll encounter it right away is what I was going to say, and we did. So that is the end of their army. We have 89 million remaining. Let's go ahead and start splitting a few times. Okay, new army is ready. Let's go ahead and bring them over. We'll just tell them to attack anywhere. And how big are our armies? Yeah, we can split once more. Let's split everybody again. And we've gotten 3 levels in, or I think that's two levels in remittance. Let's get 1 level in welfare state to kind of counterbalance that. Remittance takes down population, welfare state bumps it up a little bit. Let's get a level in that. And we are making 90k a tick, which is just fantastic for us. We've got a big army on the way here very shortly. So we should be able to roll through everybody else. We currently sit at still about 98, but we will start to make that up. We do need a lot of rockets though. I think that is the one thing our army is really missing right now. Yeah, we have 8,000 rockets. We need a lot more rockets to start balancing out our army, but it's nice to be able to close the bridge here. Canada, I didn't realize we were at war, brother. Maybe we don't have to be. There we go. Go away. Wonderful. All right, that's China defeated. So we currently sit at 46%. The United States is at 66. A little bit of a concern, but not right now, especially as they seem to be on the war path a little bit. Still have 60 million firepower. I think we want to go after a probably easier target like Pakistan right now. They have no commandos. Yeah, let's go after Pakistan. Let's gather everybody. Let's say go right here. Hopefully they go through allies land. They're not going to. Okay, everybody get right here. You'll kind of get the right place. Okay, bring them around. Bring you guys over here. Okay, let's invade Pakistan. Pakistan is the 13th best GDP, so a good target for us. We'll see who goes to war on us. India does immediately. Let's go ahead and piece out that one. Anybody else? Bangladesh and Australia. Bangladesh is cheap. Australia is also pretty cheap. Good. And did we defeat your army? No, they haven't arrived yet. Here they come. So that's the end of their army. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit fast by splitting. Ooh, United Kingdom declared war on us. Don't really want to fight you, brother. But you want 26 million. So I think the best thing we could possibly do is just defeat their army. We have 22 million. Let's get another 3,000 rockets over here. This army should be able to defend the homeland. We'll see where the United Kingdom attacks from and try and react to that. United States is at the weakest they're probably going to be. They have 45 million firepower, mostly wrapped up in commandos. We can counter that with our own commandos. We have a little bit more than they do. And we have 40k tanks. I'm going to get a little bit more commandos out there. But let's prepare for a war with the United States. And I'm going to walk through Italy's territory because they don't really have troops. So I'm not that worried about it. All right. Army has achieved 133 million. Let's go over to the United States. They have 58. Again, most of it's wrapped up in commandos. They increased their commandos a lot. So did we, fortunately. But let's go ahead and knock them down. Our tanks should be superior on flat ground. We should just wipe the floor with their army. And in fact, we do. There we go. We still have 120 left. Let's go. This won't get us the victory, but it will get us a lot more economy so we can start fighting a little bit better. By the way, did anyone declare war on us? No, nobody cares. All right. Let's go. United States will all be ours. France, you're scary. Why are you here? What's with you? You got 20 million. You want 3G? Forget you, brother. India's declared war on us and invaded us. Okay. 5 million to buy you off for right now is fine. You will probably be our next target in all honesty. All right, that's the mainland. United States wrapped up. Now, we could keep fighting them. How much do they have left? They're still second place. I think Brazil is pretty valuable land, so I'm going to start sending people down to fight in Brazil. Spain's declared war on us. Well, you'll die to our rebels. I don't think you'll be able to take any territory. You don't really have a lot of troops. I think it was just because they were walking through that they got that marker. Also, I think we can get another welfare state. We can, even though it doesn't really matter at this point in the game. Boys, let's stop worrying about the Caribbean. Let's get down here. Germany's invaded us. Frickin' Germany, man. Okay, this army, when it's done, is just going to go fight Germany. Whoa, we're 99%. Maybe we won't even matter. Well, let's just keep pushing for land. Ukraine's fighting us too. Oh, they're keeping us down, those mongrels. Okay, but we have enough. Let's go fight Germany. We're not... Oh, we're going to win. There we go. It didn't even matter. We didn't even get over there. Hey, Mauritania, done. Oh, this one gave me so much trouble on stream yesterday. Or 2 days ago, I guess. But that's going to do it for today. Actually, let's check the leaderboard really quickly. That puts us in second place. Oh, so close too. I didn't even feel like that was that good of a run either, but thank you for the suggestion. If you have a nation you want me to play next, put it in the comments down below. I will play as the most upvoted country in the next video. But as we do start to wrap things up, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and especially made this far in the video. If you have made this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up. Really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.
And a special thank you to all of my members with shoutouts to producers Icy, Quagsire Lover 32, Kevin Andy Stamps, Christopher Ryans, King Arctic, and executive producers Miskits the Mallard, A137, Mason / Aurelius, Rob Drake, Uther Ekanal, Brock Lowry, Daniel Stevens, Sakari Scarlet, Morwin, Ogun Gabriel, Maverick149, Jeremy Daniels, Austin, Abigalula, The Lesser Adam Mar, Ollie Cox, Go Spurs, Chris Mitchell, and Solar Galaxy. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.